Democratic Republic of Sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
I'm Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene's alongside, and we are in the Wicked Weed studio. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Drink different free agent grades continuing here in the Sportsocracy. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you get all of our team-by-team coverage throughout the offseason here. And we begin with the Philadelphia Eagles. Free agency grades. I was a little more generous than Jeremy. I'm going C minus, excuse me.
See, but my grade goes back a long way because you did this to yourself. You took Jalen Hurts thinking, oh, he would be our Taysom Hill and it'll be a foot. No. Mm-hmm. No, what you did was you brought in a backup that fans watched in college and you ran Carson Wentz out of town.
Yep.
And now I'm afraid you're going to see him in Indianapolis and go, oh, wait, we let that guy get out the door? That's not good. Because they have a legitimate line and legitimate weapons. Mm-hmm. I mean, in Philadelphia, you will in 2 years, too. Just Jalen Hurts is not going to be your quarterback.
I firmly believe that Carson Wentz still has a lot in him, and the Philadelphia Eagles made a horrible decision choosing Jalen Hurts over Carson Wentz. This whole quarterback battle has been god-awful for the Philadelphia Eagles. And in their offseason, they went and got, well, at least they have another Super Bowl winning quarterback in the room now, but it's Joe Flacco.
Oh, Joe Flacco. Yeah, I'll tell you, as a Jets fan, he sucks something awful. If he takes a snap for you next year, you did it wrong.
He's going to have to take some snaps, though. I got a feeling. Something in me tells me that we are going to see Joe Flacco as the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles at some point next year. We're all going to go, oh, you did it wrong.
I'm going to disagree. I think Philadelphia is committed to 16 games of Jalen Hurts. They're going to show the fan base exactly how bad it is, and then next year they're going to go get the quarterback they want.
Yeah.
Because they know how bad this is. And if you think I'm wrong, ask yourself this. Name the last young quarterback that had this shitty of an accompaniment. I'll wait, because I can't think. Sam Darnold's the only one I can think of.
Yeah. He's the
he at least had Jamison Crowder.
Right.
And Robbie Anderson and Chris Herndon. And, I mean, at least he had guys they had put draft capital in.
Right.
You're starting one guy that was a quarterback in college, another one that's been cut by 2 or 3 teams, and Jalen Reagor, who you took over Justin Jefferson. Brilliant.
The skill positions are horrible for the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't have a legitimate target on this team.
But now here's the thing I will say. You're still going to trade Zach Ertz, which will fetch some form of draft pick back. Mm-hmm. And I have a philosophy about the way teams run. If you're not a contender, be absolutely fucking terrible. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing. This is going to be a bad year. There is no way that even the sunniest, rosiest, rose-colored glasses fan of the Philadelphia Eagles can tell me you think you're going to be better than 5-11 next year. Because let's face it, you just look in your division. Who are you better than? Mm-hmm. Cowboys? Not even close. Washington football team?
Nope.
Can't even see them. They're so far ahead of you. The Giants, they've got markedly better than you.
Yeah.
But this is a blip year. You got $40 million in dead cap that comes back next year after you swallow the frog this year, and you'll be able to build a team around whoever it is. And since you added a first-round draft pick, if you wind up at 3 and you're sold on whether it's Sam Howell or Keaton Slovis or whoever it could be, if there's a team in front of you that doesn't need a quarterback, you have the ammo to go get your guy.
Mm-hmm. In free agency, your idea, obviously, of every team is to improve your roster. And I feel like they improved at least in one spot. And the signing of Anthony Harris, I feel like that's an improvement over Jalen Mills. So
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I'll give you good credit for that. But other than that, I mean, you keep Jason Kelce, re-signing him.
You didn't give Jalen Mills 2 years, $12 million like New England did. Mm-hmm. And I understand it was 4 for $24, but they can get out of that deal after 2 years. You didn't do that, which is why you don't have a Gary Busey next to your name. And I'll be honest with you, I almost was nicer to them solely because they haven't signed deals that are going to hang around when this team's competitive again. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here because I do. If you're going to be bad, be this. We don't add anything. We're god awful. They're 1-year deals, and we're wiping the decks clean.
Right.
So I will give them that. And this is a really good, historically, this is a really good drafting team that I would say can put a competitive team on the field within 2 or 3 years.
But with no more money left, they can't add anything else in free agency.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. The only thing I will tell you is if you want to know how they feel about Jalen Hurts, look at what they've done to make him successful. If they thought he was the guy, you would have something. You have nothing.
Mm-hmm. Last year, this team was a 4-win team in the god-awful NFC East division. And yes, I agree with you. Everybody else in this division has gotten better, while the Philadelphia Eagles have only gotten worse. So, over or under the number of wins they had last year?
I think 4 is the right number. I would say they're 4-12. And I think you'll be in the top 5 of the draft. You'll be able to add a quarterback. Mm-hmm. I mean, and let's face it, a year ago, I would have never said that Mac Wilson or Mac Jones or Zach Wilson, I combined those into one person.
You did.
I would have never said those guys were going to be top 5 picks. You never know. Quarterbacks come out of weird places. 2 years in a row we've had this happen. Mm-hmm. You know, with Joe Burrow 2 years ago, Zach Wilson and Mac Jones this year.
Right.
So there could be more quarterbacks. I think very highly of Sam Howell. I don't think this team's worse than Houston. Houston just strikes me as a team that is desperately trying to get to that Sam Howell, Keaton Slovis range.
Spencer Rattler.
I don't think Spencer Rattler's going to be a high-level NFL quarterback. But I said the same thing about Lamar Jackson, and I was wrong.
Yep.
I've said the same thing about a lot of guys. I mean, frankly, I liked Josh Allen, but I had reservations about Josh Allen because I didn't think he was accurate enough. The game's changing. It is getting easier to find quarterbacks. That is, to me, that's not even debatable. Mm-hmm. So there are things about Philadelphia to be encouraged by. You don't have you're erasing a lot of bad debt this year. If you're going to move on from Carson Wentz, you had to swallow the frog. Eat that bad deal, eat that dead cap, and move on.
Yep.
And that's what you've done. And a year or two from now, you'll be competitive again.
Yep.
But it's going to be an ugly 12 to 24 months.
Yep. And now you've got another draft pick next year in the trade with Miami.
And I think they're going to wind up with a receiver at 12. I think that's why they moved down. Mm-hmm. If they didn't know they could get one of the guys they want, because it's become an open secret in the NFL that the Bengals are going to take Jamar Chase at 5.
Yes.
That makes it incredibly likely that either Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle are there at 12. So then you at least have a weapon moving forward. Not that it would help Jalen Hurts at all, but I don't care if he had Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson. It doesn't really matter. He's just not a good NFL quarterback.
Right. So overall, C- from me for the Philadelphia Eagles. The mullet's going with a D-. And you said you considered the Gary Busey grade here?
Had they given out contracts that extended. You're just cleaning the decks. I mean, I can't be kind to you because you fucked the Carson Wentz thing up so badly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But now you're going to have a year of Jalen Hurts. You'll be able to say, look, we gave him a shot and he failed. And you'll draft a quarterback and you'll move on.
I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, the Philadelphia Eagles. Not a lot of hope for this year, obviously, but maybe they can at least add some building blocks for future years. We're in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. Order today online at wickedweedbrewing.com. You can order for pickup or delivery if you live inside the 15-mile radius of the brew pub in downtown Asheville.